sure we get them on right here. Again,
The future.
The future. We have explosive athletic training here in the house. That's some gentlemen.
Hashtag EAT.
EAT, right. Man. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. Familiar with that. But you know, now these guys got headgear. These boys got their own uniforms.
They got it all. They look hungry. They look like they want to eat.
Salivating at the mouth. Out there just, you know.
They just ready to eat up in here, man.
Yeah, you know, so we're going to have to ask these young men about passing league because, you know, one of the things I learned about passing league was I would always watch it because the coaches would always be really excited about the kid who was out there passing, you know, because they ain't getting dirty. So he out there looking good, you know what I mean? He out,
like the 90s group, you know.
It just sword over his head.
It did, man.
Okay, that's my man. But let's have these gentlemen come on. So, matter of fact, Coach, if you could please, if you don't mind, gentlemen, go ahead and grab the mic and let's introduce yourself, young man.
I'm Randy Rivera.
Look at that voice, man. If you don't say your name again, young man.
Jalen Martin.
I was gonna say if you don't make it in football, you can be a singer or something, man. You sound like Boys to Men up in here.
You could do like the deep voice part on the Boys to Men.
Yeah.
You know I ain't really mean to leave you. Yeah, real quick. But check it out. So you got the Broncos joining on. So you're at Roosevelt, I imagine.
Yes, sir.
So how many uniforms do y'all got? Because me and Coach B been over here. We got a little bet going on. I mean, every time I see y'all come out there, I don't know who y'all got. You know, they ain't got to put it out there.
The over-under's 5.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, because we done seen y'all about, I don't know if it's practice uniform. We done seen y'all about 8 different uniforms already, man. So how many, let our audience know, how many uniforms did the Roosevelt Broncos have over there?
We have about 4 jerseys, I believe 4 pants as well, so it adds up to a lot of combinations.
Oh, so that's what y'all do. Okay, that's why we see the different stuff, because y'all switch them up and stuff like that, right?
Yes, sir.
Got it. That makes sense. Okay, so tell me about what the thing that you would actually personally enjoy about 7-on-7.
You know, I like the competition. You know, it's a lot of hungry guys out there just trying to eat.
Right. Now, the good thing about this, because one of the things, you know, you're young, so you don't get a chance to experience this yet, but one of the football players, you know, the thing about football players is, you know, you can't see them because the helmets are on. However, on 7-on-7, you know, the girls can see you. So, you know what I mean? So everybody can see you. So, I mean, so what position are you playing out there?
I play wide receiver and DB.
So I mean, you're in the talking position. You doing? Are you doing a lot of woofing? Or are you just out there just letting your game show?
Yes.
You know, I like to do both. It depends on the situation.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Okay, so we have my man here. Okay, so 6'1" playing corner. Now, I'm gonna ask you a question, young man. You know, Holler, we're gonna have to put a little silence on this because it's a very, very important question, and the answer is critical. So we need to know who is the best corner that's ever played the game in the NFL. So take your time, young man, because you know there's a right answer. Like I said, there's a right and a wrong way.
Prime time.
So go ahead. I'm just gonna let you go ahead and get a little whiff at that.
Deion Sanders.
There you go.
There you go.
All right. See, now you guys are teaching them right.
Man, y'all doing a good job over there.
You're teaching them right, man.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, you could have said somebody else, and it could have been like, you know, we had to stop the interview.
I didn't want to hear no Josh Norman.
Yeah, we ain't want no Josh Norman. We ain't want to hear none of that. No sermon, but I'm playing. That's a good thing. So who would you say that, you know, being 6'1", who would you say that you would model your game after?
Patrick Peterson.
Patrick Peterson.
There you go.
A lot of people don't know about Patrick Pete, but he's real athletic. And then 7-on-7, in terms of 7-on-7, because it is one of those things where, especially when you're playing on the island, is you and the person. What would you say that the thing that you like about playing 7-on-7 football?
It's kind of more hands-on, and people depend on me more. I feel like people trust me enough where I could just be on the island and do my thing.
Yeah, because in 7-on-7, it's like you don't have to worry about the run. You don't have to worry. Well, they can run in 7-on-7, but it's a lot of passing, and that's why they call it the passing league, because you got to be out there. You got to be ready.
Well, and then you could get exposed.
Exactly.
You know, if you're out there, your mama watching and everything.
Yes, sir.
Man,
Yes,
do you
sir.
filthy? You fall. All of a sudden you're on the tube.
Yes,
and, you know
sir.
what I mean? And people out there, you know what I mean? It don't look good for you.
And you got
Yes,
a lot
sir.
of 7-on-7 exploding out there. Now I want to ask both of you young gentlemen about this. Like we said, Coach Bird said no one gave you guys a shot. So you guys have been part of making, putting EAT on the map.
Yes.
Hashtag EAT on the
Yes.
map. I want to ask you guys, what made you guys want to join EAT, and how has being a part of EAT helped develop you guys into the players that you are? Either one of you guys.
Well, I started training with Coach Bird a little bit before the whole Eat 7-on-17 happened. So I just chose him. You know, I like to be the underdog. You know, nobody gave us a chance.
Sounds like us, man.
Yeah,
Sounds
man.
like IU Sportsnet.
Tell the truth and shame the devil. But again, in terms of training, young man, maybe you can answer the question. In terms of what would you say that you have learned with this experience with EAT? What's one of the things that you've learned in terms of training and the 7-on-7 process?
I've learned that you can't just get stuck on one play, and that your teammate's going to depend on you if you do the right thing or the wrong thing, and things happen. So you got to trust your teammates also.
I was looking at this with Randy. So what? Hold up. You were a freshman playing on the Chino Hills team?
Yes, sir.
Pictures, like when he was walking, he was like, I don't know if this guy see me in the pictures. So you was a ninth grader playing some varsity then.
Yes,
Tell
sir.
them about your game.
Yeah. Tell them about that game, man. You know, let it be known. Put it out there.
My quarterback got hurt, so I stepped up big 2 varsity games in league.
As a freshman.
Yes, sir.
Oh my.